Thank you, President Bonds. Thank you, members of the board. Thank you, Superintendent Andrikopoulos, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tremendous honor, quite frankly, of which I look on it as just a small investment, of which we hope is a very long relationship. I've stated many times that I believe fundamentally that public safety is indistinguishable from public education and public health. They all fit together, and when they work properly, public safety takes care of itself. The people that are behind me are the ones that deserve this award. I may be the name on the front of the office, but the gentlemen behind me and the men and women of my office that are committed to public safety are the ones that really deserve this award. Represented behind me are 4 individuals that I personally think reflect the very best of our office, and they reflect a changing role of the prosecutor. We are not simply case processors. We're not simply here to deal with problems after they've spun out of control. We fundamentally believe that if we help identify, use our experience in the criminal justice system to help identify the characteristics and problems that we often see early on in our children's lives, that we can use our skills, we can use our experiences to help inform what takes place in public education, in public health, and use the resources that you have to prevent the problems from occurring 5, 10, 15 years down the line. If we do that, and we do that effectively, I'm convinced that we will have a safe, prosperous community for the future. So again, this award really is a reflection of the innovation that you're seeing taking place within my office. Gary MAHKORN has worked with the public school system to reduce or to increase the rates of immunization, and he's been tremendously successful. I understand that over 500 people have been trained just in the last 2 weeks. I'm tremendously proud of the work they're doing, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to work with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, thank you, President Bonds. I'd like to just say a few words. First of all, I want to thank John Chisholm and his staff. I also want to thank the board. We came to the board, I think, 2 years ago with an intergovernment agreement, and we had the discussion, a lively discussion actually, as to what the intent of that agreement was, and you saw fit to approve it, and obviously this is the result of it. But let me give you just a snapshot of the big picture here of all the wonderful things that we're doing in our schools to increase the amount of hours of instruction. That's how we're going to reduce the achievement gap, by keeping kids in class, in schools, and increasing the hours of instruction. So last year, we issued 12,000 fewer suspensions. So if you think that a suspension could be a 3-day suspension, that's a potential of up to 36,000 days of schooling that took place last year because we had less suspensions. That was a 13% decline from the previous year. We had 1,700 fewer children were suspended altogether. So the work of the District Attorney's Office, the restorative justice practices, and all the other things that we're doing on a proactive basis clearly is making a difference and driving up, will continue to drive up the achievement of our children. So I want to personally thank you, thank the gentleman behind you, and your true partners. One of our core beliefs is community partners add value, and clearly you are adding value.
Thank you, and I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that you have an unbelievable treasure and asset in Christy Cole, who we've worked closely with and truly consider. I'd hire her in my office, but I can't afford her. That's a problem. She's magnificent.
Very good. So you can get up, go around.
Oh, wait.
Shake their hand.
Yeah. I got committee members who wanted to ask questions. Committee members, Director Falk.
Yeah, I was, in that last comment, I will be looking at Ms. Cole's salary to determine what that's part of the problem. I do want to say that school districts around the country that are most successful are school districts where the school system, other entities of government, the business community, churches, PTAs, whatever, decide to sit down and work together. And I think you're a model of how Milwaukee Public Schools can work with other entities, other governmental areas, and we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from committee members? If not, I will ask the audience to join me and the board in giving a nice round of applause.